Hi everyone, welcome back to another Corbin Report. Today, let you know, we're talking about my rankings for the week of October 20th, as well as a preview of MLS of the Battle of LA, and some baseball as well, and the NBA has started as also. Let's start off in the NFL, which is a little more prevalent going on. All right, Rams coach Sean McVay. Oh, really quick, I'm going to cut myself off. A lot of my sources are either from NFL.com and StatsWise from ProFootballReference.com. All right, Rams coach Sean McVay said, or in Cam Akers trade talks, a move could be made according to NFL.com. The Rams do have Darrell Henderson and Malcolm Brown. Akers was explosive and might be able to still be. It is possible he could stay, or it's possible he could be traded. There are plenty of places he could be traded. When I was writing this, just thinking about it right now, the Dolphins would make sense because they have a prominent running back and someone that can possibly be explosive as well. And on NFL.com via Google, Cam Akers has only played 19 games total since he's been in the league and one game last season. There is not that much statistics in the pros to show what he is capable of. I do know what he is capable of. We'd have to go back to his college days. Staying in the NFC, head coach Ron Rivera names quarterback Taylor Heineke starter. This is weird to me as they won their last game with Wentz, and then I found out that he's hurt and will be out for a little bit, as in 4 to 6 weeks. The good news is Taylor knows his offense and can guide the team. Maybe he does better with the team than Wentz did. It's no fun to say that, but who knows? Heineke has the chemistry with the team. Last season, he threw 494 times, completed 321 of those passes for a completion percentage of 65. He also threw for a good amount of yards and 3,419, 20 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. They, as in the Commanders, missed the playoffs. I like to call them the Redskins. That's what they are last season, but made them in 2020, 2021. If I didn't say this, the reason Wentz is out is because he hurt his finger and could be out 4 to 6 weeks. He fractured his ring finger, according to NFL.com. And last Thursday night, they did defeat the Bears in what you could call a slugfest. Here's a little surprise. Someone coming back, signing with the team. Signing with the Ravens, we have a receiver in Deshaun Jackson. He brings quick speed and deep threat to the Ravens, who lost Marquise Brown to the Cardinals. And then they need this after that, and I believe one of the receivers is down as well. In his career, he's played 176 games, caught 632 passes for 11,110 yards and 58 touchdowns. All right, give me a second. I'm just checking something. All right, now on to the AFC and someone who just played this Monday night on the Broncos, or did he play maybe a little bit? Melvin Gordon will start versus the Jets. His coach said Gordon did not do anything wrong. Gordon is a physical back, and they could use this physicality. In his career, he has ran for 1,532, or rushed for that many times, 6,345 yards, 54 touchdowns, in 104 games. That's quite a bit. Broncos are struggling after they just lost to the Chargers. All right. This can be kind of interesting. We got two little pieces of news, kind of similar, kind of the same right now. Kenny Pickett of the Steelers, rookie quarterback, he'll start versus Miami Dolphins this week if he clears concussion protocol. He was out the last game after leaving the game, of course. This could be a game between quarterbacks returning from concussions. Pittsburgh got a win last week with Trubisky finishing the game. So he originally started the season as a starter, and then they put Pickett in. In my personal opinion, if Tom doesn't want Trubisky, I feel he should put Mason Rudolph in and go from there. Now on to Miami, who they're facing. Quarterback Tua, he is excited, according to NFL.com, ahead of his expected start. Oh, really quick, going back to Pickett. He'll only start if he clears concussion protocol. With Tua, he's returning from being out in the concussion protocol. This season, the Miami Dolphins and him have looked good when he has played. Let's not forget, they took down the Buffalo Bills. To this season, in the games he has played, he has thrown for 1,035 yards, thrown for 8 touchdowns for a completion percentage of 69.6. I believe Miami has not won a game since he has been out. He is back with the explosive offense, facing a Steelers defense. This should be a good game. So it'll be interesting as it's going to be the Steelers defense versus the Dolphins offense. See how that goes. Now let's talk about wide receiver Robbie Anderson, who I would say is on the Panthers, but he was on Sunday and now he's on the Arizona Cardinals as he was traded there. This comes after the week they played the Rams and lost. Anderson was not having it and he was not in the game. Just so you know, I did watch part of this game. Anderson was kicked out by his own coach. To me, this was not smart by the coach or just the coach in my opinion. Anderson is a deep down the field threat. Now he will bring that to Arizona. As I was finding this out on NFL.com, Marquise Brown is out for 6 weeks with an injury after DeAndre Hopkins was out for 6 weeks. I'm guessing Arizona is hoping Robbie can bring that speed to the team with Brown out. So probably hurts Anderson, probably not that he left, but now he's on the Cardinals and helping a team that needs a receiver. After they just had someone out for 6 weeks, now they have their other receiver out for 6 weeks. The receiver they had out for 6 weeks, if you didn't hear, is DeAndre Hopkins as he returns. He returns from suspension, and he'll make his return tonight. Thursday Night Football going on right now against the New Orleans Saints, who have a revamped defense. Tyrann Mathieu, otherwise known as Honey Badger, is on the Saints and will most likely guard him, but I think a taller corner safety should because of his height. I'm not saying Ty or anyone else can't guard him. Sorry, I forgot about that. Just saying in general. What does DeAndre Hopkins bring to the table? Well, last season he had 42 receptions for 572 yards and 8 touchdowns. He is at least a 1,000-yard receiving guy. The Cardinals, to me, have an offense, but this offseason, they and in the past seasons have lost some people on defense. One person in particular is Chandler Jones. He is now on the Las Vegas Raiders. Basketball season started Tuesday, October 18th. I didn't really write much down. After this week, starting in the next episode, I'll do some basketball stuff now that it started. Also, for the rankings, I'm going to talk about the two other topics, baseball and MLS. And then I'll let you know about my rankings and let you know what you guys think. And let's see. Tonight, the Clippers and the Lakers are playing. And the Bucks and Sixers already played, I believe. Not mistaken. Let me check. Yes. All right. Now, going on to MLS, otherwise known as Major League Soccer. As I said, playoffs battle of LA. It's going to be between LAFC and the LA Galaxy. The Galaxy, they've won 2 games against LAFC and lost 1 game. This is according to matches I looked on Google. So the Galaxy are 2-1. However, LAFC is the top seed in the West. Normally, top seed in a conference means you're the better team just in general, no matter what sport, basketball, football, baseball, hockey, soccer, anything else you can think of. The LA Galaxy taking down this team would be considered an upset according to seeding. as in they're the 4 seed, I believe. And as I mentioned, LFC is the 1 seed. And that game is starting, I believe, in 8 minutes. And that should be a fun game as well. And if you didn't hear my last episode, a few years ago, MLS changed playoff format. So this year, and starting a while ago, it's a one game elimination. So whoever wins. Whoever loses goes home. All right, now on to baseball. It is left to the last 4 teams. There's the ALDS and the NL or ALCS, NLCS. Sorry, said that wrong. So for the Phillies and Padres, they are tied. This is the NLCS. For the ALCS, Yankees versus Astros. Game 2 is tonight, as they are down 1-0. This series could go all 7 games, in my opinion. And as I said, in LCS, they play 2 games and are tied. That series, I have no idea. A friendly reminder: the Padres are doing this without Tatis, and the Phillies have Bryce Harper. Just, in case you don't know, let's see if I was correct about Phillies having Bryce Harper. Let me just double check. Let's see. Yes, they do. So we'll see how that goes. And now, if you're still here and staying tuned, I'll let you know this is coming to an end. So if you were wondering, it was a little short, but it is what it is. I'll let you know about my rankings. Normally, I like to go from first to last, but I think this week I'm gonna go from last to first. I've done that one other time, and we'll see how it goes. So starting out, who I have as the worst team in the league right now at number 32 are the Carolina Panthers. Right in front of them I have the Las Vegas Raiders, then the Denver Broncos after losing this past week, then the Arizona Cardinals, who are currently playing right now. Then ahead of them at 28, I have the Detroit Lions. 27, I have the Miami Dolphins after they have lost pretty much every game Tua has not played. 26, I have the Redskins, which I believe this is good news because they may have moved up and they won their last game last week. At 25, I have the Indianapolis Colts, either staying the same or moved up or went down, but they won their last game as well. At 24, they did not win their last game, the Green Bay Packers. Some of you may be surprised I have them this low, but that's just where I have them. At 23, the Jacksonville Jaguars, which now that I'm seeing this out loud, I probably should have switched the Colts and Jaguars because the Colts beat the Jaguars. So, but I already wrote it down. I gotta stick with it. So just know I might have switched the Colts and Jaguars maybe if I actually read this again before doing this. Packers 24, Jaguars 23. At 22, I have the Houston Texans. And then at 21, I have the Tennessee Titans, Chicago Bears. At 20, at 19, the Seattle Seahawks, who are doing better than I thought without Russell. At 18, the Dallas Cowboys, after they lost to the undefeated Eagles this past Sunday night. At 17, the New Orleans Saints, after they were winning and lost to a Bengals team who hasn't done well as everyone thought they would have. Now on to the last 16. At number 16, the Cleveland Browns. Number 15, the 49ers. At 14, the Bengals. At 13, the Steelers. At 12, the Chargers, who defeated the Broncos. At 11, this may come to a shock to you, the Atlanta Falcons. They've been surprising me all year long, too, as well. At 10, the Jets. At number 9, the Patriots. At number 8, the Ravens. Number 7, the Giants, who just took down the Ravens. At number 6, the Buccaneers, who were upset by the Steelers this past week. Number 5, the Chiefs, who were upset by the Bills. Number 4, the Rams. This one may be a surprise to you. Now on to the top 3. I'll tell you the top 3, but I won't tell you the order yet. Eagles, Vikings, Bills are my top 3. And starting at number 3, the Minnesota Vikings. At number 2, the Philadelphia Eagles. And at number one, the Bills. And yes, I know the Eagles are undefeated, but I still believe the Bills just might be a little better, even on the defensive side of the ball. All right. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to do that. And talk to you next time. All right.